Okay, today what we're going to use is, this is a white chocolate truffle and a dark chocolate truffle. And I get this from a cake supply shop. If you can't find truffle, what you can use are actually the little coating discs of chocolate, which is what this is right here. The difference is the truffle is just a little bit softer chocolate. It's not as soft as a ganache would be. But the nice thing about it is, with the Petit Fours, when you bite into them with the truffle on, it's a softer chocolate, so it doesn't just crumble on you. Whereas the coating chocolate does dry with a harder shell, so it does crack more when you actually bite into it. Now, you wouldn't want to dip these in a ganache because the ganache is so soft that when you actually pick it up with your fingers, the ganache would stick to your fingers, and you don't want that. So look for a truffle if you can find it. You could probably go online and maybe get some recipes, but I'm more into buying things already made, especially around the holiday time. You don't have, I don't have a lot of extra time, but you can certainly look online for a recipe also, or like I said, ask your cake supply store. So you just melt this down in about 15-second intervals, just like you would your coating chocolate. So I'm going to go ahead and melt just the white chocolate one down, and then I'll pull my cake out and I'll show you what we're going to do with the Petit Fours. Okay, so this cake is completely frozen. What I want to do is first cut off the edge here. Okay, just like that. And then what I do is cut down, and I'm just using a regular ruler. Sometimes you have to cut about halfway down first and then go ahead and cut the rest of the way down. I'm doing this on a cake board so it doesn't cut the counter. You can do it on a cutting board. Take the paper off on the bottom, and then go ahead and take your ruler and go the opposite way and just cut off the end and cut. So I'm going to put these back in the freezer just for a second so I can show you how to cut the rest of the Petit Fours, because I don't want these to get soft. Okay, and then if I want to make Petit Fours that look like a Christmas ball or a snowman, then what I need to do is actually use a cutter, okay? So for the round ones, for the Christmas balls, we'll just use a round cutter like this. Pick this up, pull this apart, and then pull that out. Okay, so we'll do a couple of those. See how easy that is when it's frozen? Now the snowman, I prefer metal cutters, so this one's, it's the only one I can find is a snowman, so this one's not quite as good. And what you have to do on this one, since it has a lip on it, you can only cut so far down. Then you take your knife. What I have to do is pretty much just go around and cut the shape out using the knife, so that the cookie cutter just becomes a guide. Okay, so then we take this off, and it looks like, see, the plastic one actually kind of messed up this area. Let me try one more. So obviously you waste more cake when you're cutting it into shapes, so it's something for you to think about. Okay, so there's a basic shape for it. Before we put these in the freezer, what we want to do is add some icing on top. Okay, so these are going to be the Christmas balls, so they need to be more rounded on top. So this is just regular buttercream icing, tip number 12. Squeeze until the icing goes all the way out. You can even kind of move the tip and round it, and stop. Squeeze, move the tip around, and stop. Okay, and then these will go back in the freezer. For the snowman, you want to do one down here and one right here, just like that. Okay, larger one at the bottom, squeeze a smaller one, the head, the body. Okay, and then these will go back in the freezer also. Okay, so let me put those in the freezer, get my chocolate out, and I'll show you how to dip these.